Becerra went into last night's debate with a target on his chest and somehow walked out looking like the only adult on stage. This is California governor's race. Today, we're on the debate pile-on that didn't land. The tech money backing Mahan that his donors swear is somehow not about tech, and whether polymarket hardening around Becerra is a real signal or just pricey groupthink.
And while everybody's writing the Becerra survives version, I keep coming back to the jungle primary math underneath it. LAist just put the two Republicans' advance nightmare in print, so this is not hypothetical anymore.
Yeah, we're pressure testing all of it. This one's from Cal Matters.
When you're leading the polls, everyone takes their shots. Javier Becerra found that out Thursday night as 6 gubernatorial rivals ganged up on him in the final debate before California's primary, attacking everything from his ethics, to his ideas, to his choice of political consultants.
Cal Matters lays it out pretty cleanly. 6 rivals, 1 target, and everything from a Chevron check to hospice fraud getting thrown at Becerra. His answer was basically, yeah, this is what frontrunners take. That wasn't a dodge. It was the posture he chose, and it held all the way through the final debate before June 2nd.
The tell is what didn't land. If one of those 6 had a clean kill shot on the Williamson plea, that was the moment. Last debate, 2 weeks out. Instead, they reached for Chevron donations and HHS footnotes. That sounds to me like nobody had the goods, not like Becerra is untouchable.
Here's the question that actually closes the week. After a whole debate cycle where the corruption attacks never got past, Williamson stole from his own campaign account. What does it mean that rivals spent their last airtime on a Chevron contribution? That's not a closing argument. That's a search for one. From AOL.
Mahan entered the race late and with little statewide name recognition, but catapulted into contention thanks to massive funding from billionaire tech titans, venture capitalists, cryptocurrency investors, and other Silicon Valley elites. In a state with more than 23 million voters and hugely expensive media markets, the money signaled Mahan would be a contender.
Mahan's team drops a 4-page AI accountability plan the same week his donors are out there saying, this isn't about tech. That's a coordinated message, and the AOL piece is exactly where you stress test it. The real question isn't what the plan says. It's what the donor map says when you follow those same Silicon Valley wallets across other cycles.
Lorena Gonzalez Fletcher calls him funded by Trump's big tech billionaires. Steyer goes with MAGA Matt Mahan. Different lines, same donor list. If none of that is cracking his poll ceiling, then the money isn't buying votes. It's buying survival in the jungle primary. What I want to know is whether it's enough to shove him past whichever Democrat is sitting just above him for that second slot.
The it's not about tech denial is doing some real work here. And denials that specific usually mean the attack is landing somewhere. Mahan got in late with no statewide name recognition and then surged on billionaire VC money. That's not a messaging problem. That's a donor map fact.
Single-payer health care has been a rallying cry for California progressives for years. So why does it keep dying before it even gets traction? And what does it say that Javier Becerra, of all people, is now saying it's not doable?
It's a fair question because Becerra's move is just the latest chapter in a long California pattern. Democrats love this idea on the campaign trail, then run straight into the same hard limits once they're in office. Money is the core problem and nobody has solved it. KFF Health News reported that no current governor's race candidate has actually spelled out how California would fund comprehensive coverage for its 40 million residents. That's a big gap. Back when Gavin Newsom ran in 2018, backing single-payer was seen as a bold, risky stance, and it won him major labor endorsements. Once he got into office, though, he moderated, as the fiscal limits became impossible to ignore, per KFF's reporting on his tenure. Fast forward to now, and leading Democrats are embracing the idea again as a kind of political litmus test, even without a funding plan attached. Becerra told the California Medical Association he's not supportive of single-payer right now, and his spokesman said the reason is pretty simple. With President Trump in the White House, there's no realistic path to the federal Medicaid waivers California would need to redirect those funds. So Becerra says he'd focus on shoring up Medicaid instead.
So if Becerra's basically saying, same goal, different timing, why are his Democratic rivals coming at him so hard for it?
Because in this primary, how loudly you back single-payer has become the signal voters and key endorsers are reading. Billionaire Tom Steyer, for example, has made it a centerpiece and picked up the California Nurses Association endorsement, partly on that basis. Becerra's candor gives rivals a way to paint him as less committed, even if the math problem he's describing is real and hasn't changed. Watch whether anyone actually puts a funding mechanism on the table. That's when this stops being a litmus test and starts becoming a policy debate. Here's AOL.
Prediction market Polymarket currently gives Becerra a commanding 52% chance of winning the 2026 gubernatorial contest, far outpacing his nearest rival, billionaire Democrat Tom Steyer, who trails at around 32%. New Vegas betting odds heavily favor former Biden cabinet official Xavier Becerra in California's crowded governor's race, and it's not even close.
Polymarket has Becerra at 52, Steyer at 32, and everybody else in single digits. Hilton at 9, Bianco at 3, Porter at 2, Mahan at 1. That's not just frontrunner territory, that's consolidation. 2 weeks out from June 2nd.
And here's where I hit the brakes. Prediction markets this close to a jungle primary aren't really measuring who wins. They're measuring who has the most name recognition in the room right now. Mahan is sitting at 1% on Polymarket while Silicon Valley money is actively flowing into his campaign. Those two facts do not fit in the same bucket unless that money is buying something other than votes.
The Steyer number is actually the one I keep watching. 32% on a prediction market means there's still a real consolidation fight happening on the Democratic side, even if the press has already started writing Becerra's victory lap. The question I keep coming back to is simple. What exactly from Becerra's 30-year record did any rival make stick in that debate? Or did they burn their last shot on Williamson again and call that strategy?
And Hilton at 9% is the number that should worry Democrats more than anything else in that stack. Because if Steyer bleeds enough Democratic votes in the jungle, Hilton doesn't need to surge. He just needs everybody else to stay messy.
LAist writes,
This year, Democrats raised the alarm that 2 Republican gubernatorial candidates may move to the general election, locking out Democrats despite outnumbering Republican registered voters almost 2-1. That's because the crowded field of Democratic candidates threatens to split the party's vote. Meanwhile, if enough Republican voters back both Hilton and Bianco to push them both into the top 2, California could be locked into an all-Republican general election for governor.
if you're following California's governor's race, you might also like San Francisco politics and urbanism daily. City Hall, Muni, housing abundance, public safety, schools, and small business permitting. Find it wherever you listen to podcasts. We've put links to every story from today's briefing in the show notes, so if something caught your ear, you can head there and read more. That's California governor's race for today. This is a Lantern podcast.